Last time in the world of Recettear, I set out to complete the game using only shops and items procured by buying in order to complete the game. This time, let's do the reverse. Can you beat Recettear by only using items obtained in dungeons? The game begins by forcing you to visit the blacksmith. So, what I decided was to make things fair, I would buy one item and then sell the initial apple for the same price as the item. So you'll notice in the background, I buy the wooden bracelet and I then proceed to sell it for the price at which I buy it. That puts my money at 1000 pix, which is exactly the game's start. When we go to the Adventurers Guild, I will also pick up the bracelet, which I bought, and it shall be dropped on the ground to make things completely fair and neutral. Day 2 is where the real run begins. We head towards the Adventurers Guild and land ourselves at the feet of Louis, our first and main hero used in this run for exploring and spelunking through the dungeons. So our little bread gremlin here is angry because he can't get work, and if he can't get work, he can't get paid, so he can't eat bread. What a shame. He offers his help and services towards us in exchange for absolutely nothing. How very trustworthy. So, allow me to explain how the dungeoneering works in this game. You control a hero of choice for a nominal fee to fill up your inventory with goodies and items. Well, goodies are items after all. So, you begin with 20 inventory slots, and you increase by 5 every X amount of merchant levels. It goes up incrementally, and it's later on. But for now, we're stuck with 20. Following one sped up piece of gameplay and a simple jump cut, we find ourselves at the end of the first dungeon and our final prize. Yay, we got a piece of paper! I'm sure it has your mum's number on it, so I think we're set. After scoring our first 20 items, there's no rest for the wicked, as we need to get back into the dungeons. This is something that I'll do quite a lot during this run, so from here on out I'll mostly maybe mention here and there that I went to the dungeons, but for the most part assume that a lot of dungeoneering was done. Items need to be gained, therefore we must plough on. So anyway, let's put Louis through his certain death once again and scroll through until we find ourselves some bigger prey. Now, I know I said I wanted bigger prey, but this takes the cake a little bit, doesn't it? Sheesh. Okay, so let's try again. Let's find something a little more human-like. Okay, so this one isn't exactly human either, but it does have a human name, Reginald Drisby. And I mean, it is a mouse with a grudge, so it does have human-like tendencies, but come on, let's see a real human now, can we? Oh hey, this time we actually have to face a human. Hopefully this one has plenty of charm. Okay, I'll see myself out. So anyway, this is the new hero incoming called Charm. She's pretty cool. She's less cool when she's laying on the ground though. And with the defeat of Charm comes the end of the second day. More loot acquired, and now I think is a good time for us to start considering actually selling things. In order to repay a debt, items that have to be acquired in the dungeon do have to be sold on, or else we're not going to get anywhere. So, let's start stocking up on some cash to pay off the first loan increment of 8,000. Much like in the previous Recettear video, I sell items at somewhere between 104 and 110%, just to start hitting sweet spots. Of course 105, 106% is about right, but really I'm not here to explain the money part to you here. This is all about spelunking and if we can do stuff with the items. It's not necessarily about me try-harding on the selling values, is it? So, after a few hard days of spelunking and trading, we arrive at day 8, of which the debt stands at 8,000. But, as you can see by the treasury, we're kind of eclipsing this. relatively easily. In fact, we have so much money that we've practically paid off the second week of debt as well. What could possibly go wrong? Look at how easy this is.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Business continues as usual. We set out into the dungeons with various people. Look at this tiny little wizard boy and his little spells. And our little thief charm who believes that she has shadow clones better than Naruto. Well, you know what? Yeah, okay, they're pretty good. Actually, this is pretty fun. She can dash and do cool stuff. But Kylo's just he just spews spells. I mean, whatever.
Mission failed!
Despite the heartbreaking losses, it turned out to be a pretty good trading week. All the items that we gathered from the bank of Jade Way and Reginald Drisby, he sure should have a grudge. He's lost about 8 tails at this point. We continue to put ourselves further into the green, expanding the gap between our current treasury and what we owe. It's coming along really nicely. Another week down, and another chunk of the loan successfully paid off. But here's the catch. The loan size gets bigger. And, well, while the previous run had the capacity to scale upwards, i.e. we could choose what we obtained and we could choose what we sell, here, everything relies on drops. And unfortunately, due to the inaccessibility of other areas of the game, as this is purely limited to the Adventurers Guild, I do not have the ability to unlock the next area. All I can do is helplessly kill Reginald and the Slime King over and over again, hoping for good items from chests, and luck be my landlord. Alas, another week flew by. I continued to procure items, and I managed to further trade to keep up the weekly goal. So, another debt is down. However, there's one final hurdle that needs to be achieved in order for the base game to be completed. The final payment is 500,000 pix. At this point, I was low on resources and time. No more could I go into the dungeon. Everything I had on me was everything I could use. I had to sell everything as high as I possibly could, making sure that I made and secured every single sale going. There wasn't much left. But how close could I get? Would I be able to make this final hurdle to complete the game? Let's see.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Poor sweet darling Recette never got to make her final loan installation, and now she's destined to live in a box. Therefore, we did not beat Recettear, using items only from dungeons. Take note that when you fail, all your items carry over and the game lets you go from the beginning. So realistically, it is possible to beat Recettear using dungeon items only, but that's not really in the spirit of the challenge. Take a look at the item completion rate. 17%? That's not a lot. Let's try to get that to 100, shall we? Maybe next time.